Yo, Market Scraper here. In this video, we talk about Tesla, and if you're into technical analysis, you're in the right place to be. Well, let's just jump right into this. But before we jump into this video though, if you get any value from this content, don't forget to put a smash down the like button. It really helps this content, helps other people see this video. And if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free to do, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into this. Well, for full disclosure, let's get two things out of the way. Tesla is about 60% of my portfolio. It's by far the largest position that I own. And I have also been a net seller lately. I've been selling since we hit $2,000 or $400 in the after split price. And I've been selling a few shares here and there consistently until we've got back down to the 400 level or the 2000 pre-split level. And since then, I've been a net buyer under 400 a share. So I've been buying shares over the last few trading days. Now, why did I sell Tesla shares? And to answer that question, because I am a very bullish investor on Tesla. So why would I sell Tesla shares? And to answer that question, we'd have to go back to a video that I made in February. And what did I say in February? When prices went crazy parabolic, I said here, sometime in February, that I'm not selling my Tesla shares, even though it's pretty expensive right now. And I think that Tesla could definitely have a correction. I said that what's wrong with holding your Tesla shares as a long-term investor? There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to hold onto my shares. But there is a price that I will sell Tesla shares at in the near future. If Tesla goes to $2,000 a share, I will sell some of my Tesla shares. So that was my plan back in February, and come recently, we hit over that $2,000 mark, and I sold some Tesla shares. It is a fraction of my overall portfolio, still a massive overweight position in my portfolios overall. Now, having said that, what do I see with the technical analysis, and why am I buying Tesla at these elevated prices? Today was a very interesting day in terms of the price action. We hit this level here around 330 is where we closed. And we see here that this is an area where we paused before going on this pretty big run. And it's also a level of consolidation that we've hit in the past. So that line there, and then also seeing this trend line going up here, this could be an area where we also see some resistance at. And just a note, after hours today, we did hit around this trend line, or maybe even a little bit below this trend line. After hour prices don't matter so much, but it is a good awareness to have nonetheless. Now, I do have the bias that this might be the end of the correction here. I think we might start seeing at least a minor bounce here and then maybe steadily higher prices. I think tech will rise in the near term. I don't think this was the end of tech rally, personally. But if we do go lower, what are the lower prices we could expect? Because there are two lower price targets that I actually have. First, I have a price target right around here, which I would not be surprised to see next. And so this price is right around this $274 area. This is basically a full correction if this was a complete bubble, this move. So that would not be surprising at all. This is actually where we got the announcement after hours, where we got a stock split and we shot up the next day and shot up ever since until this recent correction. So do we go back to pre-stock split prices? That would not be shocking whatsoever. So that's possible. What's the next area if we go below this area? So we have a lot of space here, some gaps to fill, and I think that we're going to go to an interesting area if we do go below that line. Now, where do I think we're going to go, actually? I think that we're going to go to this area of consolidation, of course, but also we're going to hit this high area right here. So this makes it an interesting point. Let's go back over here to see where exactly does that take us. So it goes right in the middle of this consolidation area and the bottom of this area right here. So it'd be a full correction of this entire move from this area of around 191. So that wouldn't be so surprising as well. So that would be the worst of my cases scenarios. And it's nice to have these levels here, because I'll be a buyer here, I'll buy more shares here, and I'll buy even more shares at this level. And this is not financial advice, this is just what I happen to be doing. And I'll even probably buy some leveraged assets here as well. So that's just something that I'm doing and what I'm also considering at this moment. Now, I do think that if we go below this trend line, we might be faced with some kind of resistance from this trend line. And why do I say that? So first of all, I do see these new areas. So I think that we would go to these new areas. I'd have that bias. And this is also based on the past too. As we can see here, we had this area where we could kind of potentially stop back in the past. but we didn't. And what ended up happening? So if we draw this line here, we can see that we went below this line. And when we went below this line, essentially, we never were able to retake this area. We tried to get above this line here, didn't make it, and we went up pretty high here, but ended up closing below this line every time. Managed to fill the gap there. So, but this is just something to be aware of, and this is why I think, let me get rid of this line first so we don't get confused with this line. But this is also why I think that if we do go below this trend line, we might have a similar situation where we do go to significantly lower lows and we do try to get back above this trend line and we might fail. That doesn't mean that we won't be higher in the near future because this trend line is fairly steep already. So we go under this trend line, but we make our rise under the trend line for a while, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. And that's a healthy move up. So that's just something that I see there. And again, just a reminder, I am kind of biased that we will go up. I think that the move in tech down was pretty significant, and I think that we're about done with the correction there. It was a pretty quick and rapid correction. And I think that we're going to start to see a recovery in tech. But if not, we'll see lower prices and I'll buy more Tesla shares. Well, let me know what you guys are planning to do with your Tesla shares. Do you own Tesla? What percent of your portfolio is Tesla for you guys? And I hope you got some value from this content. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you want to support this channel and get an amazing brokerage, here's my referral link to ETRADE. I also included in the description down below. And ETRADE is just an amazing brokerage. I definitely like Robinhood as well, but ETRADE is definitely something I feel more comfortable with promoting for newer investors and for experienced investors. It's just a solid platform with a lot of resources. I'm really into Robinhood as well myself, but I know that it's easy to not be as disciplined with Robinhood, so I feel like you gain your discipline with ETRADE, with that platform, and then go into Robinhood and knock yourself out.